morning, all of you. So today's class, I will focus a bit on answer writing. We'll talk about what are the needs of answer writing, because you have covered some topics which has some element of linkages across the units. So we will talk about that, and then we'll see how you can go about discussing some of the questions. Okay, so let's get started. I think more or less we are on now. In answer writing, what is it that you have to keep in mind? Okay, there are a couple of things you must keep in mind. One is, okay, read the questions carefully and identify the subparts of the question. Every question generally has 2 or 3 parts. Okay, at least 2 parts to question hota hi hota hai. The questions rarely are straight questions. Identify the subparts. Okay, so it could be that identify what are the causes and the consequences, or give an account of something along with the suggestions how to ameliorate that problem. Talk about the pattern of distribution and suggest what can the new pattern be. So identify the subparts. Generally, questions have 2 or 3 parts. Identify them. Okay. The second important is you have to ensure that the answer is relatively okay, drawing from, the answer is drawing from other, okay, topics also. Other topics also. What I mean by this is, देखो, agriculture, for example, agriculture is related to water, is related to monsoons, is related to soil, it is related to economic aspects, it is related to aspects of transportation, industrial investments. So if you do not relate the answers, अगर आपने answers को कर दिया unidimensional, the answer is only going in one direction, then you have a problem. So you'll have to relate. So as far as possible, the answer must draw from other topics also. So it's something like it should become a bit of interdisciplinary. It should become a type of inter-unit discussion. Okay, the question demands that, and make sure you also identify that. A very important third aspect of answer writing is have an idea about the word limit, okay, and also the space limit, and of course the time limit. Okay, now generally in the optional papers, the word limit is 100 words, the word limit is 200 and 250 words के answers होते हैं. The marks that you have is 10 mark questions, you have got 15 mark questions, 20 mark questions, and there have been years when there are also 30 mark questions, though not too many of them. There was a time when the answers were 60 marks and 20 marks, but that has changed. So in terms of words, this is the word. In terms of marks, this is the marks. But my suggestion to all of you is, you keep the rule simple. Okay, you keep the rule as, now the general thumb rule is 10 marks, okay, in a paper of 250 marks, which is approximately 3 hours of writing, you cannot write more than 3,000 words. ये आप कर ही नहीं सकते. 3,000 words is on the upper side. Okay, this is generally you write in about 2,000 or 2,500 words is the maximum limit that you must aspire for. If you go by this logic, then what happens is 10 marks question is approximately 100 words. A 15 mark question is approximately 150 words. A 20 mark question is approximately 200 words. Okay, this is the general thumb rule, but I suggest, irrespective of the words, what you should do is a 10 mark question should not be written more than 1.5 to 2 pages. Now, some of you can write faster. Some of you can write very, very fast, and some of you write slow. So rather than going by the word limit, I suggest generally go by the page. Okay, try to fit your answer in 1.5 page or 2 pages. And वैसे ही a 15-mark question also has the same, okay, more or less. Because if you write a bit more, you cannot meet the time limit also. So 10-mark or 15-mark should be written in 1.5 to 2 pages. And 20-mark question, it's better if you write in about 2.5 page, but not more than 3 pages. So this is more or less your, okay, thumb rule. And if it is a 30-mark question, agar पूछेगा, then you can go to maybe 3.5 page. So I will suggest, rather than going by the word limit, you go by this. And when I say pages, I mean the pages should include diagrams also. The pages should include sketches also. Okay. So this is the general. This is how the word limits are defined by the examination. By examination. This is what we have in terms of time, okay, limitations. This is how you have in terms of words. But I suggest follow this principle. Rather than words and time, you go by this. 10 mark ka question hoga, try writing in 1.5 page, maximum 2 pages. Don't go more than that. And the same applies for 15-mark questions also. 15-mark questions also, do not go beyond 1.5 page or maximum 2 pages. 20-mark questions, try to keep the answer in 2.5 pages, but not more than 3 pages. And 30 marks, okay, you can go for 3.5 page. So this is more or less your boundary of what is the marks and what is the amount of writing you will do. I hope that's good, all of you. I hope that's fine now. Right? 20 marks, I said 2.5 page, not more than 3 pages. 2.5 page and not more than 3 pages. Okay, so this is generally what is my recommendation. Because more or less, this word limit will be accommodated here. Even if you write big or small, this word limit will get accommodated here. Some of you write faster, who write smaller, might write a few words more. And those who write bigger and slowly, you might write a few words less. But keep it more or less on this side. Yes, 3 pages. Yeah, 3 pages is not same as 3 sheets. Like say, this is a sheet of paper. This sheet of paper has 1 page, 2 page. There are 2 pages here. Okay, page is one side, correct. It is not sheet. This is a sheet of paper. Okay, so I'm not talking in terms of 3 sheets. I'm talking about 3 sides or 3 pages. Is that okay, Ria Rath? Is that fine, Ria? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So this is more or less the limits in terms of what you will write. The next is, okay. Now, agar geography mein hai, there are 3 requirements of geography. In geography, there are 3 requirements. Number 1, okay, you have to have diagrams. You will have to have sketches. Okay, you will have to have maps. Not all of them, at least 2 or 3 combinations mein. These are essentially pictorial depictions. These are pictorial depictions in any writing. And I'll suggest this is a principle you can use even in GS paper. This is a principle you can use, okay, in non-geography also. Okay. हाँ, तो इसीलिए सौरभ, I said go for 1.5 page. 10 marks को 1 page लिखना मुश्किल होता है. That's why I said go for 1.5 page, but do not go for more than 2 pages. मैंने कहा 10 mark को 1.5 page रखो, but don't go beyond 2 pages. 2 pages is the upper limit, Saurabh. Okay. That's one requirement. The second very important requirement in geography is that when you write an answer, okay, make sure you are writing with some kind of regional perspective. Now, anybody knows what do you mean by regional perspective? wherever possible, bring this. What is regional perspective? In terms of distribution, where what lies. Any question that you have, you can bring a regional, yes, spatial examples ho, spatial perspectives ho, regionalization ho. The spatial regional perspective is you're talking about locations, you are talking about places, you're talking about some regions, and you are very specific also. Don't just say, okay, the agriculture of the hill regions. Be very specific. Agriculture of Chota Nagpur Plateau, agriculture of Eastern Himalayas. Don't just say water problems of India. Say water problems in the coastal regions, water problems in the Kutch area. Don't just say rice regions of Eastern India. Be specific. Rice in Assam, rice in Bihar, rice along Ganga plains. So wherever possible, bring this location, places, okay, and make it as specific as possible. If you know the districts, mention the district, because देखो location जो होता है, this is in some way the very crux of geography. This is the very base of geography. That think of writing an answer on discuss the problems of deforestation. So a general GS answer. Okay, we'll talk about why do we have deforestation and how the forests, okay, fire problems can destroy forest, and deforestation can result in soil erosion, deforestation can result in problems of climate change. You can go on there. But when you talk in geography, you also add deforestation of Uttarakhand, what are the issues? Deforestation of Northeast, what are the issues? Deforestation of Nilgiris, what are the issues? Deforestation in parts of Maharashtra, okay, if you know about the RA forests, okay, there are red sanders, there are sal forests. So you are specific about a particular location. Okay, Satyam is asking me, if you cross word limits, will there be negative mark? See, now listen, in the examination, nobody counts your words. Nobody has the time or the patience to count your words and give marks. The word limit is more like an indication of how much you should be writing. The word limit is more indicative of how much you should be, okay, spending time on that particular discussion. So if you write more than what is suggested, you will end up penalizing yourself. You will end up, okay, not giving enough time to another question. So rather than the negative marking given by the examiner, you are giving negative marking to yourself. You are cutting your own marks because some other question will get compromised. I hope you got the point here, all of you. So word limit is indicative. Word limit is like a suggestion that you are given. Okay, unless of course they ask you 100 words and you write 5 pages, then the examiner will definitely cut your marks. So then the examiner will definitely cut your marks. If they ask you write in, okay, say 200 words and you wrote only half a page, वो तो पक्का काटेंगे वो marks आपका. But the point is, unless it is as dramatically variant from this, nobody counts your marks. Words. Nobody will check how many words you have written. Broad idea hota hai 1 page, 2 page. A broad idea is 3 pages, a half a page. So if you finish the paper on time, it's only possible if you are keeping to the time and the word limits. Yes, Updesh, you are right. No, Lakshay is asking, ruk jao, dhire dhire dekhte hain. You are jumping into too many questions. Let me take up the issues one by one. Okay? Let me take up one by one what you must be careful about. Now listen, regional perspective ka matlab hota hai, you talk in terms of location, you talk in terms of places, you talk in terms of some specific districts. Now, if the question is about India, okay, then write about Indian regions. If the question is about the world, then talk about the world regions. If the question is about the state, talk about the places inside the state. Agar puchega agroforestry of Bihar, then you must write about Bihar. If they ask you write about what are the problems of agriculture in Rajasthan, then write about Rajasthan. So your location, place will depend on whether the question is for India, a state, or the world. That is how, okay, you ultimately will decide which type of places to focus on. Stop asking questions. Just wait a minute. Let me finish off my discussions. Then you can ask questions. आप लोग कहां से कहां पहुंच गए हो डायरेक्टली? कुछ फॉर्मूला क्वेश्चंस आपके मन में घुस रहा है कि आपने कभी लिखा नहीं है क्वेश्चन एंड यू गो ऑन राइट आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस. होल्ड ऑन. फर्स्ट लेट मी फिनिश ऑफ. Okay, एक regional perspective है. And a third important requirement in answer is try using words from geography syllabus. Use geography terms. Can you give me an example of geography terms that a non-geography student will not know? Can you give me some examples of that from whatever we have read? Yes, urban sprawl. Okay, agroclimatic, absolutely. Primate city, okay, spatial and temporal, conurbations, physiography, absolutely. Rudimentary sedentary agriculture, use the word relief. Okay, so these are the key geography terms. Yes, silvopastoral, we'll talk about agroforestry. Rural urban fringe, okay, subsistence farming, land fragmentation, land. So this is very, very important. Because if you do not have this, the answer does not look like a geography answer. Every question it's possible that you have got 2 or 3 dimensions which are beyond geography. Okay, every question can be addressed in different ways according to a subject's demand. So हमारा demand ये है, जब geography लिखो, bring in terms of geography, bring in phrases related to geography, bring in references related to geography. That way what happens is your answer looks like a geography answer. So इसमें बहुत important है that you know all the key words from the syllabus. Okay, you know all the key words from the technical terms. You know all the keywords used in your geography books and notes. Use these words in your answer. Then only the answer looks like a typical geography answer. Okay, in fact, a regional approach is also a type of geography term. This is also a type of geography term. Okay, so in answer, so this, if I quickly sum up what I have discussed. Okay, first I said read the questions carefully, identify the subparts. Then when you are writing the answer, make sure it is interdisciplinary as much as possible. The answer is related to some other topic. The answer is related to some other discussions from the syllabus it's also. Then I said, make sure you keep to the limits of the word, the time, and the space. And the rule that I suggest generally is this. A 10-mark answer should be in 1.5 to 2 pages. A 15-mark answer also 1.5 to 2 pages. ये limit बहुत important है. I very strongly recommend this. And when I say this space, I'm also talking about the diagrams that you will draw. So this space is including your diagrams. And the third important is the 3 important requirements in geography answer. As much as possible, use diagrams, maps, sketches. Okay. As much as possible, bring in regional locations, be specific. As much as possible, try to use terms from syllabus. Try to use technical words that look like geography discussions. Okay, इसके अलावा, to make your answer rich, the 5th point is you have to keep making your answer rich. Rich means there's a lot of variety in the answer. There is a lot of diversity in the answer. To make your answer rich, you can use 2-3 things. Number 1, analysis is very important. In most questions, they allow what the meaning of analysis is, you are taking up an issue and discussing the issue in detail. That is what I mean by analysis. Say, what are the problems of India? So take up the problems of India and discuss in detail, okay, why do we have the problems? Where do we have the problems? What can be done about resolving the problems? Who are responsible for the problems? So when you get at that level, we call that as analysis. Analysis matlab hota hai, go deeper, where required, talk about the factors, okay, where required, talk about the reasons. So analysis is important. Go deep into a question and do not keep it superficial. Rich is possible when you use examples. The answer, try using as many examples as possible. Okay, without examples, in any write-up that you do, a very important point is the proof of whatever you are saying. It's like making your write-up credible, making your write-up good enough in terms of the exactness. So if we just say India has problems of agriculture distress, so आपको example देना पड़ेगा. The example is, look at what's happening in Vidarbha, look at what is happening in the drought regions of Bundelkhand, look at what's happening in the flood areas of Assam. आपको examples देना पड़ेगा. If you don't give examples, the answer looks very, very superficial. Okay, so I said, for example, somebody is talking about what are the issues of population problems. So examples nahi doge, okay, of places, of people, of events, of incidences, the answer looks very superficial. Superficial, कि there is lot of population problems in India, lot of birth rates, okay, are not well registered. We have got young children are dying. Okay, the mothers are not receiving proper health care. ये बड़ा general answer हो गया ना. Give examples. The mothers in the rural areas, in parts of tribal regions of Chotanagpur Plateau, the higher birth rate in parts of the agricultural regions such as UP, Bihar. Give examples. The lower birth rate in industrial regions or urban centers and in southern Indian states of Kerala, Tamil Nadu. So जब आप examples देते हो, when you give exactness of the terms, then the answer now looks a bit more specific. So examples देना बहुत important है. Okay, example makes the answer more exact. The examples make the answer more specific and precise. And a third very important aspect of richness is, okay, acha, by the one more point, these examples can also be given through what is called as case studies. This is very, very important. Okay, case studies is, don't just say there are floods in Tamil Nadu and keep quiet. You say a case study. Okay, Tamil Nadu flood, southern Chennai, and mention the year and some facts about that. That becomes a case study. Okay, don't just say problems of caste in India. You mention caste in India, mention UP, mention Hathras, talk about, okay, the unfortunate event with that Dalit girl. Okay, then it becomes a case study. So a case study is an example with some more additional facts. Okay, case study is an example with some additional detailing. Ideally, a case study should be maybe half a page or one paragraph. In geography, because the whole answer is just about 1 page or 2 page, case studies को generally 2-3 lines में ही रखना. I repeat, when the answers are much longer, when you're writing say 10 pages or writing a book, writing maybe 5 pages, in that case, the case study can be half a page, 1 paragraph, the case study can be 1 page. But हमारे यहाँ पे क्या है? The answer itself is 1 page. The answer itself is 2 pages. You can't afford to write half a page of case study. The case study, then what happens is reduced to 2 or 3 lines. Okay, so 2-3 lines में some facts, some examples, some data देकर लिखो. Manas is asking me, can it be hypothetical? बेटा उतना दिमाग चलता नहीं. Basically, you're asking me, can you bluff or not? Okay, Manas, honestly, you cannot. Okay, you cannot. Why? Because in the examination pressure, okay, to think of a bluff example in every answer, it requires lot of. It's अच्छा है कि current affairs से सीख लो. Bluffing comes maybe 1 in 10 attempts or 1 in 20 attempts, but don't make it a rule. Okay, just do your current affairs. So if I ask you, talk about the problems of droughts. Okay, you don't have to bluff this. Okay, और bluff करने में भी ना, you should know कितना bluff करना है. Okay, drought problem लिख रहे हो and you're mentioning a state which has probably more amount of rainfall and floods. So with the problem है ना, in bluffing you should know how much to bluff. If I ask you, India's growth rate is declining. Okay, give an example. So what example can you give by bluffing? Okay, so मुश्किल होता है. You do your current affairs, you do your notes, you do your newspapers, you will have enough of examples and case studies. That's why geography becomes a bit more contemporary. Geography becomes a bit more applied in that way. Okay? So case study should be in 2 or 3 lines, example case study. And the fourth way of making an answer rich is use data and facts. जहां जहां पर possible है. I'm not saying that you have to by heart every fact, every data, but wherever possible, please do so. Wherever possible, try using those facts. Okay, try using some numbers, some statistics. Okay, try using some source. And these facts, agar yaad hai, I'm not saying you can remember every time. If you remember, okay, if possible, okay, then mention the source also where possible. हर बार मुश्किल है, but economic survey as a source, you can have UN reports as source, you can have some parliamentary committee report as source. ठीक है? So if possible, अगर याद अच्छी बात, otherwise don't bother. So this is how you make your answer rich. Okay? So 3 requirements of a typical geography answer: use diagrams, use regional perspective, be specific, use geography terms. And the second, okay, talk about richness, analysis, examples, case studies, data and facts. And a 6th very important aspect is your answer must have a sense of completeness. The answer must have a sense of completeness. The answer must look, okay, more or less rounded answer. There must be completeness. Now for completeness, there are 2-3 requirements. One is, okay, write about the important issues ko miss mat karna. As far as possible, keep it contemporary examples. So whatever is in news, do not miss that. Okay, do not miss that. The third way of making an answer complete is, as far as possible, talk about some recent government programs if you know. And fourth is, talk about the solutions in the light of recent developments. Okay, so even if I ask you about agriculture, today there's a lot of debate around agriculture reforms, about the Essential Commodities Act amendments. We're talking about now contract farming. We're talking about rationalizing the role of agriculture middlemen. We're looking at reforms of APMC or the mandi and the markets. Okay, so solutions may keep it as recent, keep it as contemporary, talk about recent government programs or approaches or reforms, give examples which are of recent times, and do not miss the important issues that are around that particular topic. Okay, आज के डेट में water issue is important, problems of environment is important, conservation agriculture is important, agroclimatic planning is important. So all of that should be in your answer also. Okay, so this more or less captures what is, okay, the requirement in geography. Now, beyond geography, what you must also do is, you must ensure that the answer is also good in terms of presentation. The 7th is the presentation. Presentation, it should be a neat answer. Presentation, the answer should have good diagrams. Presentation should include neat writing. I'm not saying very good handwriting. Not all of us are blessed with good handwriting, but neat to ho hi sakte ho aap. You can always have a neat presentation. And presentation includes highlighting what is important. Highlighting what is important. Presentation also includes, okay, using a mix of, okay, bullets and paragraphs. Using a mix of bullets and paragraphs. Okay, so this is the aspect of presentation. So ये 6-7 features हैं what we need in good answer writing. And let me tell this to you, answer writing is a very, very different type of a study. I will not be able to give you too much time on answer writing right now because my struggle is more related to your course completion according to syllabus. Answer writing is always a part of an additional program. So those who have joined us on the integrated program, I'll do that thoroughly in that. But in this foundation program, I will help you, I'll support initially, and then I will move on. Because ये बहुत अलग type का पढ़ाई है. The requirements are different. The need is different here. A very important aspect of answer writing is you should know the entire content first on your fingertips. अगर आपको content ही याद नहीं है, then what type of answer can you write? So answer writing includes memorizing your points, memorizing the data, knowing all the interlinkages, knowing all the aspects of latest programs, and then you will apply all of this. Okay? So just cautioning you here, do not hurry on answer writing mechanically. आपको सोचना पड़ेगा, you have to construct it, you'll have to develop some bit of writing analytical answers, and then only you can succeed in this. Okay? Yeah, when I say diagrams, diagrams also includes flowcharts. Diagrams includes flowcharts, diagrams includes maps, diagrams will include tables, diagrams can include some kind of schematics. I'll show you some schematics. What do I mean by schematics? So if you have seen something of this kind, say there is a triangle and some point is here, some point is here, and some point is here. This is a pictorial depiction. Even graphs are part of diagrams. Anything which is pictorial, graphs, also graphs. So in one answer, you cannot use all of this, okay, but try whatever you can. Yes, absolutely. Subheadings. Okay, when I'm saying highlighting, highlighting includes underlining, and highlighting also includes subheads. Okay, subheads, you have to underline an important theme and then continue writing. Yes, if you know Aditya, you can write. Color pencil kya karoge? Basically keep it blue or black ink. But underlining you can have by some other color if you want to have. But blue, black ink, wahi pencil is more or less generally sufficient. The diagrams can be in pencil. The diagram can also be using pen. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so you don't have to use too much of colors. You can use one or two. Don't use green and red color. That's all. Green and red color में problem होता है that because those are used for correction purpose. उसके बाद yellow है, brown है, orange है. You can go on there. Okay. So this is more or less the requirement of a good answer. Did you write down all these points? Answers has to be rich. Answers must be complete, and you must also work on presentation skills. Diagrams, neat writing, highlighting, and a mix of bullets and paragraphs. Okay, now let me show you some of this. Okay, I am sharing my screen with you. Let me show this to you. Say we are talking about dryland farming. So it says, discuss about the development of dryland agriculture in India and discuss drought-prone area development program. I have not taught this right now. It's a part of water aspects, DADP, and agroclimatic planning in context of dryland agriculture development. Okay, so there is this is the answer. This is a 15-mark question. So I would not want it to go beyond 2 pages. Okay, although this answer has gone to 3 pages. but generally I will want a 15-mark answer to be in 2 pages. Okay, so you have got a small paragraph of introduction here. Okay, then you have a diagram. Okay, so introduction, diagram, then you can see the body of the write-up. Okay, and the body has, you can see underlining. We have put some things in boxes. You can see bullets here, A, B, C, D bullets yahan par hai. Okay, then there is reference to some major subhead. Is a major subhead here. Okay, the words are visible. Objective dikhai de raha hai. Adverse effect of droughts, crop, livestock, productivity. Another diagram, and the diagram is always labeled. The diagram is always having some type of details or the other. Okay. Then this is an example of a case study, the success story of Hevde Bazaar in Maharashtra in dryland agriculture. The place in Maharashtra in Ahmednagar district, and they have done something about water budgeting, Gram Sabha Panchayat. So this is an example of a case study. They mention a specific example and detail a bit about it. Okay. Then they talk about some new programs. Dekho, National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. They've talked about some recent programs like Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sichai Yojana, Agriculture Contingency Plan by CRIDA and ICAR to tackle problems of dryland areas. Okay, so this is the type of approach we need ultimately in your write-up. Okay, in some cases, Riya Rath is asking, can we use acronyms and short forms also? In general, I discourage, but jahan par word conserve karna hai, maybe inside a diagram, maybe inside a flow chart, maybe inside some schematic. In that case, you can use some short forms. Okay, like Gujarat ko GUJ likha diagram. In the diagram, in the main body, you must write the whole word. Diagram mein you are trying to conserve some amount. Say RJ here, RJ Rajasthan samajh mein aa raha hai. Okay, Southwest Haryana and Kutch samajh mein aa raha hai. Okay, KR is Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, I can understand. P is precipitation. So you have to be very careful where you are using the short form. In the main body, we do not expect, okay, yeah, but some short forms are norms, like UN is a norm, WHO is a norm. Wahan par you need not expand. Like agroclimatic regionalization, ACR is an accepted one. So ACR use kar sakte ho. Okay, like say CRIDA, CRIDA, ICAR, these are acceptable short forms, abbreviations. Okay? So wherever possible, write the full word. Wherever possible, write the full phrase. But diagrams ke andar mein, or where you have schematics, like say in this diagram, I've used lot of short for UK, Uttarakhand, UP, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Gujarat. This is fine. Okay. But in the main body, we don't do as much. In the main body, we try to write the complete sentence because the write-ups are formal write-ups. The write-ups are part of formal exercises. So isme we do not take liberty in shortening the words and shortening the phrases. So do you have an idea about what a good answer looks like, all of you? Yeah, or maybe look at this one. Say land reforms pe question hai. Look at this one. Land reform is the key to modern agriculture. Okay, this was written when I was in Wajiram. So that's how this name is up here. You can ignore that for now. So this again has a write-up. It is using data, using facts. Then this is an example of a schematic. Okay, schematic, existing land use pattern. What are the limitations and problems? Difficulty of using machines. That's why we need land reforms. This is an example of a schematic, a diagrammatic representation of a long idea. Okay, this is a diagram. Diagram, we have got some labeling. You can see this regions. Ye regions bahut important hai. In this type of regionalization, we bring in geography. And Okay, we try keeping the answer within, okay, 2 pages or 3 pages. Do not go beyond this. Or वैसे ही end में you can see some recent development like contract farming लिखा है. Dr. Huck committee is a recent development. Talking about what is the amount of budgetary allocations in 17-18. So keep it contemporary. Okay, keep it as recent as possible so that your answer has an element of richness. Yes, a new paragraph, it's always better you start with a new indentation. Yes, Ankur, correct. Start with a new indentation. Okay, did you understand the requirements of a good write-up now? Did you understand the requirement of a good one? Yeah, recent could be 1 or 2 years. Yeah, जो भी ज़्यादा news में है, that is important. Whatever you have in the news, whatever is part of the recent conversations, add those, please. Add those. So I've just shown you what a good answer looks like. Now let's move ahead. Let me tell you how to structure the answer now. Okay. Now come to the next discussion point. Okay, structure and organization of the answer. Structure and organization of the answer. This is part of, okay, presentation. Okay, this is also part of, okay, a proper arrangement of your answer. Okay, now structure organization mein, like any write-up you have heard about, there are always 3 parts. An answer has an introduction, an answer has a body, an answer has a conclusion. Okay, वो 1 page का answer हो, it's a 2-page answer. If it is an essay, whatever you write down, these are the 3 parts of a good answer. I'm sure all of us understand that. Now, generally, I'm looking at an answer which is approximately about 200 words. 200 words, I'm saying 2 to 2.5 page is what I'm looking at on an average that we have. Okay, so 30 marks में कुछ और add हो जाएगा, 100 कुछ reduce हो जाएगा. Now, in this type of a word, an introduction, try to keep it within 2 or 3 or maximum 4 sentences. Do not have more than this. So if this is the page that you have for your writing, there are margins here, there is a margin here, there is a margin here. Okay. Your answer, introduction, should not be too long. Maybe rather than sentences, I will say, keep it 2, 3, 4 lines. So 1 line, a 2nd line, 3rd line, or a 4th line. That's all. Keep it in 20, 30, 40 words. Do not have too exaggerated introductions. Okay, it's a kind of a logic. Say, when I'm talking to you guys, there is introduction every time. Good morning, all of you. Okay, have you all logged on? Can you see the streaming clearly? Okay, so there is some beginning. I don't start, open the notes and we are starting. There's always a logical beginning to whatever conversations you have. Wo formal ho, informal ho. Okay, and if you are short of time, you always start with hi all of you, let us start. Hi all of you is also introduction. It should not be abrupt, that's the idea. Okay, but it does not mean you write elongated paragraphs when the whole answer is worth probably 1.5 page or 1 page. So 2-3 lines mein something should be started off as introduction. And introduction ka jo nature hai, it could be, okay, maybe a short definition. It could be based on some data or a fact, or it could be based on some significant event or some program. Okay, this is more or less how the introduction can be formalized or formatted. It can be a short definition. It could be based on some data or facts, or it could be some significant event around which, okay, that conversation can take off. Okay, so 2, 3, 4 lines mein the introduction has to be framed. Do not be too elaborated in this. Okay, I'll show all of this to you one by one. Then I'm saying that introduction should also include a diagram. This is my suggestion to you. Okay, 2-3 line sentence likho and directly come towards some kind of a diagram, which is a map, which could be a schematic, which could be some form of flow chart, it could be a table, it could be a graph. Okay, so what happens is, understand that in geography, diagrams are very important. Khaskar maps and sketches are very important. And I've realized that if you don't force yourself to write or draw a diagram, most of us ignore it entirely and we're more concerned about writing than drawing. आपको कोई बोलेगा कि आपके पास 7 मिनट है, okay, answer this question. What would you like to do? Okay, as an instinct, in 7 minutes, would you like to draw a diagram, or in 7 minutes, would you like to write down a paragraph? What is your instinct generally? What's the instinct generally? The general instinct is that you start writing fast. Yes, you start writing and jotting fast. Okay, diagram is always like, yaar, baad mein kar lenge. We'll do it afterwards. I hope you got the point. So, and in examination, every answer you are struggling for time. For every answer, you are struggling to manage the time constraints. So, if you don't force yourself, to draw a diagram, you will generally skip the diagram completely. So, my suggestion is, start off the write-up itself, draw a diagram in the first few minutes itself. पहले 1 minute के अंदर ही draw some sketch or the other. That's why some of the model answers I will show you, you'll realize her answer में after 3-4 lines we have the diagram directly. Yes, yes. Okay, diagram last में छोड़ने का मतलब है you will not draw the diagram anymore. If you postpone the diagram drawing, okay, you will not draw the diagram anymore. You'll move on and you'll focus more on writing rather than coming back and drawing the diagram. That is why I insist on this. Ab dekho, let me give an example to you. Let me give an example to you here. Again, I'm sharing my screen. I'm sharing my screen. Look at this. An answer on food processing industries. Ab dekho, you start the answer by in 1 or 2 sentences, some data. According to a Ministry of Food Processing Industries, food processing sector is currently valued at 250 billion, contributing to 13% of employment and is expected to reach 543 billion by 2030. 3 line में introduction is over. Directly a diagram बना दिया, and the diagram name is potential for food processing sector in India. Draw a map. Okay, the places are mentioned. Okay, and what all we can do in this. So this diagram itself is very, very informative diagram. And then देखो, this is done within half the page, more or less. अगर ये page है, okay, by this the diagram and the introductions are over. And the same applies to another question. If I go to another question, the one that I showed you, dryland farming, में वो इसमें भी ऐसे ही किया हमने. First 3-4 lines of introduction. यहाँ पर definition use किया है मैंने. I've used definition here. The dryland agriculture is about development of dryland regions, development of dryland. Is a special case of rain-fed farming in arid, semi-arid region. It's like definition. With annual precipitation of less than 75 centimeters, it occupies 68% of India's cultivated area, 40% of human population, and 60% of livestock population. and directly I have jumped towards, okay, this map that tells us what are the dryland areas of India. So approximately देखो half a page के अंदर में, so approximately half the page के अंदर में ही I have done the diagram and the 3-4 lines of introduction. Okay, so introduction ko do not go beyond 2 or 3 lines or 4 lines. It can be a definition, it can be a data driven discussion, it could be some important event which has happened in recent times. 2-3 लाइन के बाद में directly diagram में आ जाना, a sketch, okay, preferably if it is a map, preferably if it has some kind of depiction of regions, but otherwise it could also be a flow chart, it could be a schematic. As both examples हैं, I'll show some of those to you as a part of your learning. No, the rule is every page must have some sketch or the other. Lakshya is asking me, is only one diagram enough? Generally, you need 2 or 3 diagrams. Generally, you need 2 or 3 pictorial depictions. At least एक map होना चाहिए. So अगर 2 पेज का आंसर है, minimum 2 diagrams you'll have to have. One of them which is a map. अगर 3 page answer है, make 3 diagrams, at least one of which is a map. Okay, so it's not one, but when you start drawing from beginning, उसमें क्या है? At least एक diagram तो हो गया ना? That's the idea. Yes, arrow marks, you can do all of that. Yes, yes. Okay, so introduction should be 2 or 3 lines, and then you come towards the diagram or some pictorial depictions, preferably a map, but you can use other tools also. Okay, then we come to the body of the answer. Then we come to the body of the answer. Now, body of the answer, this is the main discussion. This is the main discussion. Body of the answer should be organized on subparts. There should be 2-3 sections in the body of the answer. Okay, so body of the answer should be subdivided into, okay, segments with headings. The body must address all the subparts of the question. The body must use as many geography terms as possible. The body must have one regional perspective is possible. The body must have examples and case studies where required. And the body must also have some more diagrams, maps or pictorial depictions. ठीक है? जो main body है, the main body should have the main discussion. This is approximately 60-70% of your entire write-up. Introduction, conclusion, milakar, they are about 20 or 30% of your write-up. Okay, but the body is the main part. The body must address all the subparts, whatever subparts the question has. The subpart should be there. The body must have sections, alag-alag sections में subdivide करो. The body must use geographical terms. The body must use the regional perspective. The body must have examples and case studies, and the body should have diagrams also. The body must have diagrams also. Okay, the main subparts, segments with headings होने चाहिए. I'll show that to you. Headings. Okay, there must be a regional reference where possible, example, case studies, and again diagrams. अब देखो, look at the answer I'm showing you as an example. Again, going back to the screen share. Okay, look at this question on dryland farming. So this is 2-3 lines of introduction. Then we have the diagram. Okay, the diagram tells us the dryland areas of India. Then look at this. Okay, development of dry land agriculture is like a heading, and there are subheads: crop diversification, fertilizer use, rainwater management, watershed management. Another heading here: ड्राउट एरिया डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम। ओके, इसका फिर ऑब्जेक्ट, इसके लिए फिर अलग से डायग्राम। सक्सेस इस केस स्टडी, ये अलग से बॉक्स में डाला है हमने। एग्रो क्लाइमेटिक प्लानिंग कैन हेल्प एग्रीकल्चर, पुट दिस एज ए हेडिंग, देन अगेन अंडरलाइन, देन अगेन डायग्राम। आर यू एबल टू सी दिस ऑल ऑफ यू? ओके, सो योर आंसर मस्ट हैव सबहेड्स। जैसे कि व्हाट वाज द क्वेश्चन हियर? The question was, okay, the question was discuss about the development of dryland agriculture in India. So this is the first part of the answer. What has been the development of dryland agriculture? When was it started? What were the practices adopted? What has been done in that? Crop farming has been done, planning has been done, fertilizer use has been rationalized, rainwater management has been introduced, watershed management is part. So this answers the first part. Discuss the development of dryland agriculture. Then discuss DADP and agroclimatic planning for dryland. There's one heading here: drought-prone area development for dryland, and then I come to agroclimatic planning for the dryland. So every part of the answer, okay, of the question should be, okay, inside the answer. Yes, yes, always when you draw something or when you want to emphasize something, if you put in a box, that then stands out. वो देखने में अच्छा लगता है अंकुर. If you put in a box, आप करके देखना, okay, the write-ups, the moment you put in a box, it looks more organized. It looks more neat for that matter. ठीक है? Yes, color pens use कर सकते हो. But then do not use red and green because those are used for corrections. But you can use color pens, absolutely. So, Lakshay, who is saying the model answers are written in 7-8 minutes? बेटा मॉडल आंसर्स लिखने के लिए ना 2-3 राउंड जरूरत पड़ती है across 4-5 days. These answers, if you like, they are not the product of 8 minutes. Okay, no, it's like, okay, Virat Kohli walks in and within 2 minutes he has hit a lovely square cut 4 runs. तो आपको लगता है जाके instantly मार दिया. You have no clue about what work he is doing back end to improvise his skills and to practice those kind of spontaneous write-up. Okay. तो लक्ष्य, आपको अभी बहुत टाइम लगेगा. आपको एक एक आंसर शायद 2 या 3 दिन लग जाए. Like one answer can take you good research reading also. So अभी टाइम के बारे में बात ही नहीं करना है. Don't even talk about time right now. Now your objective is write a good answer in the limited space according to the suggestions I'm giving you. We do not care about how much time you take. Yes, Updesh. Okay, when you are presenting something on live or on stage, lot of background, a lot of back end planning goes into this. Okay, तो spontaneous अभी मत सोचें उसके बारे में. Okay, the answer always is a mix of. Now this is a question 2 of you have asked me. Let me answer this. Okay, Simran has asked me now, or somebody else also asked me earlier. Should the answer be in a bullet form or should the answer be in a paragraph form? अब देखो ना इसमें, you can see a mix. Okay, paragraph here, and then bullets here. A, B, C, D. The diagram has 1, 2, 3, 4 bullets. Okay, this diagram case study has 1, 2, 3, 4 bullets. So your answer is a mix. Answer is, this is a rule for any write-up. Okay, आप इसको देखो. Look at this answer. Okay, there's a heading. Okay, and there are bullets. 1, 2 bullets. ठीक है. Look at this diagram. इसमें A, B, C, D bullets हो गया यहाँ पर. This is a schematic. Okay, this is a schematic trying to conserve the amount of words. You'll have to have a mix of all of this. But a problem ये है, answer writing अपने आप में is a very, very exhausting process. Answer writing in itself is a very, very demanding process. If you try hurrying through answer writing, you cannot learn. It requires lot of involvement. Okay, शायद course complete karana is easier than answer writing. And if actually I want to go by the efforts, the foundation course ka syllabus should be cheaper and the answer writing and test series should be more expensive. If you really ask me, okay, where does the effort of the teacher lies? But the industry is such that you do not want to pay for answer writing or tests. You want to pay more for the foundation course, and that's how we have it. But the efforts required in answer writing is far, far more than what you require for teaching a topic. That's why answer writing के लिए बहुत कम teachers हैं who specialize in teaching you how to write good answers. और model answers आपको कहीं नहीं मिलेगा. As of now, nobody is offering that. We are the only ones who give model answers because every answer takes 3, 4, 5 rounds of correction before they are ready for sharing with the students. How to concise, that's handwriting. How to concise, that is diagrams. आप ये बताओ, does this answer look neat or not? बहुत content है इसमें और ये सारा content 3 पेज के अंदर है. Okay, but does the answer look neat or not? Does the answer look, and because of underlining, आप देख पा रहे हो, आपको सब point दिखाई दे रहा है. Even if I'm jumping between sentences, I will not miss out the important points because the underlining has been done very, very effectively, very smartly. Even if I'm jumping the sentences, I know I must read contract farming, better price, PepsiCo success. This is a case study, food processing industry in backward area regions. Okay, point 1, point 2, point 3, spatial diverse dispersal, functional linkages, socio-economic development, inter-regional trade, food processing. Look at the headings here. Okay, so you can all realize this. Okay, that the answer is pretty neat. It has been written very, very neatly. All the keywords are visible. This is what I mean by presentation. This is what I mean by a schematic. This is a map. Or dekho map B, it is not a complete map. You have just drawn the map of the Northeast India. You do not have to draw the complete map every time, but एक आध map होना चाहिए. In the first page itself, after a few lines, okay, we have directly jumped towards one diagram, which is a flow chart. Development of backward regions propelled by food processing industries. Because agricultural regions हैं, food processing industries, the output can become the centers for the urban market, linkage with trade and transport, again backward area development, they provide for raw material, labor. This is a schematic the student has developed on his own. Is that fine, all of you? Okay, so you can see all the features now. Whatever I was talking about, the body should be subdivided into sections with heading. There must be subparts. There must be use of geographical terms. There must be a regional context also. Give examples and case studies and also use diagrams. This is the main body of the answer. Then you come towards the conclusion of the answer. Then you write about the conclusion. Now, conclusion again, just like introduction, should not be a very long one. Where you have 2, 3, 4 lines. So, okay, maybe one paragraph if you want to add here. And the conclusion should have some discussions on solutions, something about current programs if you want to add. The conclusions can talk about certain recent measures और some recent reforms के बारे में बात कर सकते हो. Okay, so solutions, some current programs, some recent reforms, and you can talk about the future. If we do this, how the future can be good or bad. Okay, so if we can have sustainable development of agriculture, how will that be beneficial for all-round agriculture development? If we can have sustainable development of agriculture, how that will be good for farms and the rural regions. That's the idea. Okay, so 2-3 lines में with solutions, with some reference to recent developments, and keep it futuristic. This is how the way forward, yes, solutions and the way forward could be part of your conclusion. Again, do not keep it more than 2, 3, 4 lines and wind that up. Okay, so look at this now. So again, look at the example that we are talking about. The same example I'm going back to. So look at this conclusion. So food processing industries is thus rightly called a sunrise sector, and India being the largest producer in dairy, second in fruits, vegetables, immense growth. The government has started initiatives like Mega Food Park and Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana to benefit rural economy from it. So I've given some kind of reference to a program, futuristic, कि future में बहुत important होगा, okay, and I wind up the answer. That's all. A regional context is something like this. This is a regional context. Okay, I've drawn a map of India. This is a regional context. In what part of India, what do we have? This is an example of a regional context. Look at another one. Look at this one. The government has come up with several initiatives to make dryland farming more productive. It includes National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture to address problems in dryland areas like climate change, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sichai Yojana, Agriculture Contingency Plan by CREDA ICAR to tackle problems of dryland areas. That's all. तो इसका conclusion देखो. Dr. T. Huck Committee and Model Land Leasing Act, like a recent development that we have, enabling transformation of large, medium-sized farming units by legalizing land leasing, outpost-based services, some agricultural support, contract farming, rather reversing the trend of land use pattern. Contract farming maximizes economies of scale, and this regard government in the budget has announced a formation of model law on contract farming. I believe all of you have a sense of what a good answer looks like now, more or less. Yes, you can do so. See, there are infinite ways how an answer can be written. This format is a suggestion, a format I have developed over last couple of years. I think this type of format is a nice way to organize your ideas and your write-up. अगर एक खाका मिल जाता है ना, if you get a framework in mind, what happens is then you are not struggling too much to fill up the blank areas of that format. So I'm trying to give a format to you. What does a good answer look like? There are many such examples of good answers. Let me see if there are more I can show you. This is not related to agriculture, but I can show you a few more. We are still in the process of developing the answers. Okay, look at this answer. Discuss the role of climate change in distribution of plants and animals. Okay, so 3, 4 lines, 5 lines, you write an introduction. You have come to a diagram which is a schematic here. Schematic diagrams, triangles, something. You can see subhead, role of climate, underline the important words. Okay. A small diagram about some location, role of climate, another heading here, and the conclusion based on some case study, recent development like Paris Agreement. This topic I have not taught to you, so you do not know what I am writing here. Okay, but look at the look of the answer. 15 mark का question है, So 1-2 pages may it should have been over, but ठीक है, we have given another half a page as a part of demonstrating something. Okay. So वैसे ही, you know, there are a lot of such answers. Desertification. Look at this answer. Look at what is desertification. Elaborate the causes for desertification. Discuss the mitigation measures. So what is desertification is one part. What are the causes is second part. Discuss the mitigation measures, the solutions, okay, is a third part. So in introduction, this could have been a shorter one, okay. Then I quickly come towards a pictorial one, diagram, a regional bhi hai. What are the areas which have desertification in India? Hyper-arid, arid, semi-arid, and so on. Then you can see headings here. Okay. You see another schematic here, an example of a schematic write-up with bullets, okay, schematic write-up, okay, using triangles, some diagrams. This is like a bullet more or less. आपको ये bullets हैं, A, B, C, D are bullets. It's a mix. Some bullets, some paragraphs, some bullets, some paragraph. The question asked, what is desertification? So here I'm explaining what is desertification. Causes of desertification: overgrazing, deforestation, farming practices, urbanization, climate change. Then it talks about what are the mitigation measures. So all contemporary, SDG 15.3, world degradation, neutral world by 2030. Again, we have got bullets here. Okay, some names of some program: Atal Bhujal Yojana, sustainable use of groundwater. Okay, and you end the answer again 3-4 lines mein. Okay, further land use, protection of vegetation cover, alternate farming, industrial techniques. Reducing desertification is very much imperative. Spelling mistakes hai. Stabilize the effect of climate change, save biodiversity, and protect our well-being. As you know, keep the answer futuristic if required. Okay, कि future में अगर कर पाएं, okay, give the answer a futuristic look so that you have a sense of completeness. I think a fair idea about what an answer writing should look like. Is that good enough? Okay, so some of these answers I will share with you so that you also learn in the process. But like I said, okay, a lot of answer writing happens once the course is properly completed. Okay, अभी agriculture मैंने पढ़ाया है, but I have not done discussions on land, water, monsoons, soils. So agriculture में you'll have problems while writing the answer. And agriculture is a very important part of even rural development. It's a part of development planning also. So agriculture answers can come a bit later. It will take some time. It will take some time. Flow charts. You do not know what are flow charts. Oh, अच्छा. Flow charts. बेटा algorithm का दुनिया है, computer science का world है मुकुल. You cannot say what is flow chart. Anyways, flow chart is some idea here, put an arrow mark, some another idea here, put an arrow mark, some a third idea. This is controlled by this factor, this is controlled by this factor, and these two are related to one another. Okay, and this is the input coming from some. This is an example of a flow chart. ठीक है मुकुल? So flow charts, okay, they help you give a sense of logical organization of some sequence of events. Achha, let me ask you a question here. What is the benefit of diagrams? Anybody? When I say diagrams, I'm talking about graphs, I'm talking about maps, I'm mentioning tables also, I'm talking about flow charts, I'm talking about schematics. I hope you know what schematics are. Like I've shown some of them. एक triangle बनाकर divide कर दिया. This is a schematic. Or a round बनाकर you have shown the different factors affecting maybe agriculture. This also is a schematic. Oh, I think I must rub this. This looks like coronavirus. We don't want to scare anybody because of coronavirus. So maybe something like this. This is perfectly fine. ठीक है? Okay, so what are the advantages of diagrams? What are the advantages of diagrams? Okay, now advantages number one is they look good. This is the obvious one. They look good. They break the monotony of okay, paragraphs. If you read only paragraphs, your eyes will get tired. Okay? So they break the monotony of paragraph. They look good. Diagrams, okay, helps us conserve words. Because diagrams may, the words can be written without the complete sentences. You can use abbreviations. So diagrams helps us write more and show more in lesser amount of words. In fact, if the diagram content is elaborated, even the time taken will be more. They conserve words and they help also save time. एक और चीज, very very important aspect. What's another advantage of diagrams? What's the other advantage of diagrams? It gives a sense of linkages across topics. It is a very important tool how to compress lot of related topics together. So what happens is when you draw diagrams, you can demonstrate your conceptual understanding also. जैसे ना ये इस टाइप के जो डायग्राम्स होते हैं, this diagram, can you make this diagram without knowing the interconnections? Can you draw such diagrams without knowing interconnections? You cannot. You must exactly know what controls what decides what. The logical flow of ideas is very, very important in diagrams. So what happens is when you draw such diagrams, the examiner is able to know that yes, your understanding is better. Yes, your conceptual appreciation is better. It shows the examiner your organizing skills also. So diagrams बहुत important है. Okay, without diagrams, you actually will be at a disadvantage. Diagrams for looking good, diagrams for breaking monotony, diagrams for conserving words, diagrams for saving time, and diagrams for depicting your conceptual clarity. ठीक है? Rishabh is very poetic here. Rishabh says, diagrams are tonic for tired eyes. Okay, ना ये बड़ा खतरनाक सेंटेंस है. किसको किस टाइप का टॉनिक चाहिए आंखों के लिए, ये तो okay, we better not discuss at all. Okay, you know what you want to see so that you have tonic for your eyes. Okay, so we'll not talk about that at all. Just keep it as diagrams. They break the monotony and they look good. उतना ही छोड़ दो और कविता में जाएंगे फंस जाएंगे. ठीक है? Right then. Any other question you have? Now this is more like a theory on answer writing. Okay, and I hope I have demonstrated some aspect of that using these 2 or 3 examples. Any other question you have on answer writing? Anything else on answer writing? Any queries you want me to clarify? Pencil use कर सकते हो, okay, but in the diagrams, not in the main write-up. You can use pencils, not a problem. Manage time, Ria, you have to memorize answers and write down. Sharafat, you need model answers. Okay, ठीक है, but model answers आपको ऐਵੇਂ ही नहीं मिलते हैं. You have to be part of some test program to get the model answers. Yes, yes, Pooja, you can link your discussions to any topics. You can do that. Aditya, for that, I will share a video with all of you. Okay, sometime back I made a video on what is the meaning of the word analyze, describe, okay, explain, account for. Okay, वो सब के लिए मैंने एक बना दिया है video. I'll share that video with you. You can watch that, okay, and see how they can benefit you. In general, your 10 marks answer should be written in 7 to 8 minutes. And the 20 mark answer should be written in about 15 minutes. That is the broad time in spontaneous writing the examination. But right now I said don't bother about the time. Write and learn answer writing. Then you memorize, you can write faster. Abhi to aapko ek answer will take you 2-3 days to write down one good answer. From when should we start writing answer? You can start off prakhar, but अच्छा होता है generally if you have a bit more of content in answer first. थोड़ा GS हो जाना चाहिए, थोड़ा सा 2-3 area of geography are done, but you can start off. Okay, you can start off. I will discuss some questions with you, and then you can start off, okay, and try something on your own. How deep you must go, Shireen, depends on how is the question framed. What is PYQ? Prabhat, what is PYQ? I don't know. Or previous year's questions. Yes, yes. All of you will practice previous year's questions. Okay. Or some questions that we give. वो अलग बात है. Otherwise, all should be previous year's questions. Correct. Anything else you want me to clarify? Interdisciplinary. So, in agriculture answer, you can link with planning and development. In agriculture, link with industries. In agriculture, link with ecology and environment. Yes, yes, Satyam. Difficult क्या है? शुरू करोगे तो सब सीख जाओगे. Okay. When you start off the process, you learn everything, Satyam. I will recommend all of you should get hold of a questions bank. Okay. I think I've told you. Do you all have the questions bank with you? Okay. I am referring to this bank by Vishal publication. You can buy any bank. It's not a big deal. जिसमें भी previous years के questions हों बस, that's all. Okay, whichever has previous years question. Okay, this is page number 36 and page number 35 of this book. Okay, let's start off one by one. All the questions you can't answer because, like I said, agriculture is a bit interrelated with other topics also. Okay, you should know a bit of water, land issues, ecology, environment. Rural development pata hona chahiye. You should know about monsoons also. So once you have all the content, the answers will be better. But even then, we can start off. Okay. In the Telegram channel, the questions have been posted. I'm discussing agriculture questions. So let's take up question number 51, page number 36. If you're following this book, okay, latest edition, look at page number 36. Correlate the agroclimatic zones with agroecological regions of India. Question number 51. This is a 2019 question and it was a 20-mark question, 2A. Page number 36. Okay, जो पहला वाला था वो 36 पेज है, जो सेकंड वाला है वो 35 पेज है. मिला आपको all of you? So this is the question. Correlate the agroclimatic zones with agroecological regions of India. Do you remember the agroclimatic zones? How many agroclimatic zones do we have? How many agroclimatic zones we have? 15. And how many agroecological zones we have? 20. Okay. बहुत सारे schemes हैं, but the 20 is the more popular one, so I mentioned that. And do you know what is the basis of agroecological and how is it different from agroclimatic? Do you know the difference? What are the three? Batao kya kya difference? Let's see. How is agroecological different from agroclimatic? Let us see. Don't give me a generic answer, okay? Local how is agroclimatic different from agroecological? What is the most important first difference? Soil type, correct. Soil type is the first difference. Second difference kya hai main? Second difference is it is based on groundwater, local water resources. The third difference is it is related to biogeographical regions and biodiversity also. धर्मेंद्र रैंडम वर्ड्स यूज मत करो. क्लाइमेट कह दिया आपने, रैंडम वर्ड कह दिया, ओके, दे आर फ्यूचरिस्टिक. डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन आई एम आस्किंग यू? I'm asking you, how is agroecological region different from agroclimatic region? And for the difference, okay, the idea is that agroecological more or less is the refined form of agroclimatic. It is more, okay, say detailed form of agroclimatic. It is an extension of agroclimatic. The ecological aspects are more explicitly mentioned. The ecological aspects are more better locally captured. And the three main criteria on which agroecological is different from agroclimatic क्या है? एक तो soil aspect है, local soil aspect, local groundwater and biodiversity. And of course, the length of growing season दोनों में है, but agroecological also talks about it. Wrong, Ishika. Local physiography is true for both of them. आप differentiate नहीं कर पा रहे. What I'm asking you, why have you said slopes, Arunish? Slopes is a feature of both soil, groundwater and biodiversity. These are the most important local differences between agroecological and agroclimatic. Difference क्या दोनों में बताओ? Okay, so we are correlating. Okay, so correlation number one is that both are very similar. Correlation number two is agroecological is more detailed. Correlationship number three is that agroecological is an extension using parameters of local soil, groundwater and biodiversity. Correlationship number five is that agroclimatic, okay, is subdivided at more detailed level into agroecological. देखो ये मैंने कल ही परसों ही पढ़ाया है और क्वेश्चन व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग यू आप सुन नहीं रहे हो, आप अपना सारा कह रहे हो. यस पूजा, करेक्ट. AER is more about the climate, it's more about rainfall, it's more about temperature, it's more about the growing season. ACR, okay, agroecological is more detailed. पूजा आपने उल्टा कर दिया है. पूजा परिहार आपने उल्टा कर दिया है. ACR is rainfall and temperature. AER is local soil, groundwater and the rest. Yes. So ध्यान से question को, that's why I said no. The rule number one was what? Read the questions very carefully. ठीक है पूजा, fine. Read the questions very carefully. Identify what are the key demands of the question. What are they asking you? Identify that. Identify what the focus of the question. The question is not asking me what is ACR explain. वो कह रहा है दोनों में correlationship बताओ. How are they correlated? And then we will move on and say that the two primary schemes, AER 15 and ACR 15 and AER 20 का main differences क्या हैं? The main difference is the northwestern hill region is divided into two parts. The northeast is divided into additional Assam and Purvanchal hills. The southern plateau is divided additionally into Chhattisgarh alag se and divided into Telangana alag se. And you can talk about the differences in the northern plains also. The boundaries are a bit different. So then you draw both the maps and show how they are different and how they are correlated. Did you understand the meaning of the word correlationship now? Okay. Now what I will do is, I will dictate the answer to you. Likho aap sab, all if you write down. Write down the answer and see how we can develop it. It is not exactly difference and similarities. Yes, more or less that, but the correlationship word should be used more often. Okay, so let us try the answer. Okay, let us try the answer. Priyanka, what is the meaning of the word co-relationship? This is the most important keyword, not similarity. It means how are they related? How are they correlated? मतलब क्या है? उनका relationship क्या है? If I ask you, what is your co-relationship, okay, with a man, okay, side में, who is your father, तो आप क्या बोलोगे? Will you say the co-relationship is both of us have two hands? The co-relationship is both of us have two legs? ऐसे बोलोगे क्या आप? What is the relationship between them? Okay, if I'm standing with my daughter or my son, what is the co-relationship? का मतलब क्या है? How are we related to one another? You will not talk about differences and similarities. That my daughter has, okay, long ponytail, I don't have a long ponytail. This is the difference. I have two hands, she has two hands. That's similarity. What is co-relationship? Means how are we related to one another? We're related to one another in terms of genes. We're related to one another in terms of living together in the house. We're related to one another in terms of how we help one another. We're related to one another in terms of how do we support one another. So, what's the meaning of the word? What's the connection between the two? Correct, Sri Puram. What's the connection between the two? So, agar aap word, that's why I said it is not directly what are similarities and dissimilarities. The relationship kya hai? The relationship is that agroclimatic is more fundamental, agroecological is the more refined aspect. Okay, agroclimatic is more about climate. This is also having climate, but it goes beyond climate in the local aspects of soil. Samjh mein aaya bhi all of you? Because, see, you are in a hurry to write answers, but you have to understand the words. You must understand the key phrases, understand the key differences between what is being discussed. Yeah? Is that fine, all of you? Is that fine? Yes. How are they interlinked to one another? How are they related to one another? That's the important discussion that you have to bring in. Right? Okay. Okay. Let's move on now. So the co-relationship, okay. So you tell me, what do you want the introduction to be? Let us see. What do you want the introduction to be? The introduction could be a definition. The introduction could be some facts and figures. The introduction, okay, could use some reports. So simple rakho, zyada socho mat, say definition. Okay, the agroclimatic and agroecological regionalization are a type of regionalization for futuristic planning of India's agriculture based on local conditions for a better and a more reliable, sustainable agriculture. Yes. But remember, I want it within 2 or 3 lines. You can't write everything in this, can you? आप सब कुछ नहीं लिख सकते ना, 2-3 लाइन में लिखना है. Okay? And then you probably can add a small table. Okay? What are, okay, the key aspects of agroecological and agroclimatic regionalization? That they are for planning, they are futuristic, they're based on local aspects, they talk about sustainable development, they're about agriculture and agriculture-based development. Ek tabular bana dena. So in the first couple of lines, you have demonstrated that you know what ACR and AER are. They are not so much existing, okay, detailing, they are more about the futuristic detailing. Map ko thoda baad rakhna. You know, when you're correlating, then draw the map there. Be smart as to what you can draw and what you should not draw. Okay, be a bit more smarter there. Okay? So if you draw the complete map now, you will not have the map to draw when you are correlating. Okay? So look at this. Look at this. So the introduction, I said keep it 2, 3, 4 lines. So agroecological regions and agroclimatic regions, these are schemes of agricultural regionalization for futuristic agriculture planning and development. Okay, they're based, the scheme is based on promoting, the schemes are based on promoting the most sustainable, okay, form of agriculture based on local resources and conditions. Kadam karo isme. Shorten that if you want, shorten that. AER and ACR are schemes of agricultural regionalization for futuristic agriculture planning and development. आप कुछ facts add करना चाह रहे हो, that ACR and AER, okay, the schemes, और यहाँ add कर दे, schemes were suggested by Randhawa, okay, Randhawa 1959, okay, AER was suggested also by LD Stamp, okay, in 1969. The scheme was accepted by Planning Commission in 1989, and ICAR and NBSS LUP, okay, have given the detailed scheme. So these type of facts kya hota hai? It gives the examiner a sense of confidence that yes, you know the content very well. Okay? Start off like that. And then if you want, you could have a quick, okay, you could have a quick table, okay. What are the, you're summarizing, what are the features of AER and ACR? All the keywords: sustainable agriculture, local climate, it is futuristic, ecologically sustainable, it's for agriculture based planning, for agriculture and industrial, again, rural development. Write down 2, 3 words. Don't start the answer by, okay, differences, similarities. Why? Because you must have content for discussion aage. This is your introduction, more or less. A definition with some facts, a small summarization in a table. This is your introduction. Next, what we do is come towards the body. And remember what I said about the body? I said you have to have subheads. You have to divide the answer into subheadings. Okay, have examples. Give analysis which is more detailed wherever possible. Give examples wherever possible, and so on. Okay, so body mein, okay, my start is, okay, correlationship between, okay, agroclimatic and agroecological in terms of, okay, local factors. In terms of local factors, this is point number 1. Okay, discuss it. That ACR talks about more climatic aspects, whereas AER talks about soil, groundwater, it talks about local biodiversity and so on. Second, correlationship, koi kya hai? That ACR extension is AER. Therefore, the relationship kya hai? That ACR ka extension is the AER. AER is more refined concept of agroclimatic regionalization. That's the correlationship between them. This is more detailed, this is more refined. It's more detailed, this is more, okay, refined. और यही लिख देते that ACR is based more on local physiography, whereas AER is based more on the subdivision of physiography in terms of the soils. More on the physiography in terms of the soils. तो subdivision किया गया है. You are detailing. यहाँ पर आपने लिख दिया keywords And here you're saying that this is extension, is more refinement of this. Okay. The third point. Okay. Now you explain that. Okay. You are examples there, examples in the co-relationship. Okay. So we have got Western Himalayas. Okay. Or you can, okay, Western Himalayas in ACR. In AER, Western Himalayas is subdivided into Ladakh and the humid parts of Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. This is one. Second is, this is the Eastern Himalayas, ACR mein. In AER, divided into Purvanchal Hills alag se. Purvanchal Hills has different type of conditions. Okay. Third, okay, again Eastern Himalayan region, एक और डिवीजन होता है separately in terms of Assam plains. ये लिखा आपने. Okay. The fourth one is the Southern Plateau and Hills. इसके दो डिविजन्स हो गए हैं. छत्तीसगढ़ का पार्ट अलग है and the Telangana Deccan region is separate. Show that. Okay. And the fourth one, sorry, and the fifth one, I did show you last time in the class that northern plains also, okay, the orientations are different. Okay, in AER, the difference is in terms of lower, middle, and upper Ganga. In case of AER, it's a bit different. You must look up the map. Okay, this is the correlationship, how AER is expanded into the ACR. Okay, and then you can draw the map if you want to draw now. Then now you draw the map. You have got the AER, yes, the ACR, 15 regions, and you have the ACR, 20 regions. बनाइए अलग से इसको. Remember, this is a 20-mark question, right? A 20-mark question, I said, do not go beyond 2.5 pages. Okay, सब में एक paragraph लिखेंगे. Okay, and you can demonstrate as an example. You tell me which area, if you explain, you can do better. Can you explain that? If you remember the maps, tell me which example can you take up better to show the distinction. Now open up your Khulla textbook, please. Open up Khulla textbook. Aap batao, with whatever little information you have, which region's development or which region's detailing can help you better, or which you can manage better. Gujarat, no. The map of Gujarat, page 715 hai. Page 715 and page 708. Which one can you differentiate? I think if you explain the Assam plains with, okay, the East Himalayas, that would be a good comparison. That's more direct. Or you can also do for northern plains. I'm not saying no. Okay. But plains and hills ka difference is more sharper. Okay. In AER, you have got the three parts: East Himalayas, Purvanchal Hills, and Assam alag se. In the ACR, the whole thing is shown as East Himalayas. Khullar mein diya hi nahi hai Assam plains alag se. The whole thing is part of East Himalayas. So that's your choice, more or less. Okay? So take up one example you can take up. Say comparing, okay, northeast, or if you want northwest, any one that you think you can manage, but not in the agroclimatic regions. Diagram mein wo alag nahi kiya hai. In case of the agroecological, it has separated. In agroecological, it has, in the diagram, they have not separated in detail. That is the problem. So, Shubham, that's the point. That in agroclimatic, okay, they are keeping Assam as part of Bengal. और यहाँ पर उसको अलग कर दिया है पूरा. That's the point. You take up whatever you're comfortable with. Let's not debate on this. Whatever you think you want to compare, you can compare. Actually, Bengal plains and Assam plains are different. Okay. In agroclimatic, Assam plains have been added with Bengal. Or yahan par they're treating it as different. That's the point I'm talking about. So keep it differently, then it makes more sense. Or if you want to take up discussions on northern plains, on western, you can do that also. That's your choice. And how do you want to conclude this answer? 4-5 point ho gaya. Now you want to conclude this answer. So conclusion is that, okay, now can you link this with some contemporary development? आप कैसे लिंक कर, let's say आप कैसे लिंक करोगे? Let's see. Planning, no, something better, something which is very recent है. क्या चल रहा है? Discussion क्या चल रहा है? So it's like this. Say if I was writing it down, in recent times, there is much focus. There is much focus in agriculture reforms and in improving the productivity of farm economies. Doubling of farmers' income and climate smart agriculture can be achieved through agroecological and agroclimatic planning and regionalization. Programs related to watershed development, programs related to crop sustainability can be achieved if agriculture is planned on agroecological or agroclimatic regionalization. समझ में आया now what I mean by this? So watershed development, better land management. ठीक है? In recent times there is much focus. I said no, keep the conclusion a bit more futuristic. Keep the conclusion in relationship to what is happening in recent times. Yes, agenda of food security, doubling of farmers' income, better farm productivity, better use of water and land, climate smart agriculture. All of that you can add here in one paragraph and you are through. And you are emphasizing, essentially the theme of this paragraph is that you are emphasizing agricultural planning with agroecological regionalization. You're emphasizing the significance here. You can draw the maps when you are discussing this. तो यहां पर आप मैप यूज कर सकते हो. Couple of maps here, one or two maps here. कुल मिला के not more than maybe 2 or 3 small maps, if not the whole one. That's the answer. तो बेटा ना अब ना आंसर्स में आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. You cannot jump into an answer just because the words are familiar. आपने agroclimatic देखा और agroclimatic पूरा लिख दिया. ऐसा नहीं करना है. Look at the words, look at the key phrases, look at the key sentences, and then you start off discussion on how to write the answer. Any other question you have to clarify with me? We need to be creative. What do you mean by creative, Sarvesh? Let's see if you understand what is the meaning of this word creativity. Sarvesh, जितना काम किया है सारा creativity ही है. All of this is creativity. You breaking the answer, using a table, using the words from the recent programs, ये सारा creativity है. Creativity नहीं यहाँ पर बैठ के sketching करके scenery बना देना यहाँ पर. The creativity is not starting to paint in colors and writing a poetry on this. The new way how you've addressed the question, that is your creativity. How you're relating the question, that is your creativity. So all of this is creativity. Use some names of schemes. Watershed development hai, Atal Bhujal Yojana hai. We talked about soil card. I heard about soil card wala scheme, Kisan soil cards. What is that? That's about ensuring the agriculture is based on the local soil quality. Kisan soil health card scheme, yes. So you can use some recent program's name as a part of the discussion in the conclusion. Yes, that tells us that we are focusing on the local sites, local soils, and promoting the crops which are suitable for that type of a soil. Okay, then we have time just enough for one answer discussion. I will take off 1 or 2 answers tomorrow also. Yes, absolutely, Vandana. Precision farming, absolutely. Agroclimatic crop selection. One district, one crop. Yes. Okay, crop clusters. Talk about focus on local pulses, local oil seeds, local biodiversity. ये सारा फोकस समवेयर इज अराउंड एग्रो इकोलॉजिकल एंड एग्रो क्लाइमेटिक, उसी लाइन में खत्म कर दो, दैट्स ऑल. Was I able to explain answer writing to all of you? Was I able to explain answer writing to all of you? Yes? ठीक है. So we'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll take up 1 or 2 more questions. ठीक है? So I'll spend 1 or 2 days on answer writing so that you have a sense of what is required. But I repeat, I cannot do answer writing in a very, very thorough way when I'm struggling with keeping pace with your syllabus completion. But I will give you some ideas of what to write, how to write. We'll share some answers also with you so that you have some sense of comfort here. Okay, so tomorrow also I'll continue with answer writing. Right. Okay, then take care. Bye-bye. So I hope now you know the difference between the integrated program and the foundation program. The guys who were part of integrated program, they have been calling me up, sir, उसमें आपने ज़्यादा पैसे ले लिया और आप क्या पढ़ाएंगे आपने बताया नहीं. Okay, so now I think you have an idea about what we are doing. Randhir, we can talk to you, not a problem. Don't worry. So let's call it a day today. We'll continue tomorrow. Or do one thing tomorrow. Think on the questions on your own. I'll discuss agriculture. I'll take up some questions on population geography also, so that you have and settlement geography. आप अपने आप देखो whatever questions you want to look up. Okay, and let us discuss some questions tomorrow. I'll spend 1 or 2 days on answer writing for your clarity. ठीक है? Okay, then bye bye all of you. Okay, have a nice day. Let's catch up. Have a nice day.